So here I've drawn out the tree for 4-letter codes starting in the corner. And as you can see, if we start in the corner, we can either split to 2 sides, that's why I have this 2 here, or we can go to E. And then if we come to a side, then let's say we'll go to B, then we can go to 2 corners, 2 sides, or E. So that's 2 corners, 2 sides, and E here. And so on and so forth. And we have 4 different branches here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we need to do is add up all of these combinations for corners, sides, and starting in the middle. So adding up all of these numbers here that I'll box in orange, this is from the left-hand side of our tree, and this is from the right-hand side of our tree, we get 80 different possibilities from starting in the corner. So I'll go ahead and note that up here, and then we'll draw out the tree for when we start in the side. Okay, so here we have a diagram for the side is where we start. So this is where we start at B, D, F, and H. And I'll go ahead and walk through one branch of this tree. So say we start at the side, and then we go to a corner. So that's like going from B to A. But then at A, we have the possibilities to go to B, D, or E. So B and D are the 2 sides, and E is the middle. So let's say we take this branch and we go down back to B. So we have B, A, B. And then from B, we have the option to either finish in a corner, finish on a side, or finish in the middle. And that's our options here. Finish on either of the 2 sides, that would be D and F. Finish at the 2 corners, that's A and C, or finish at E. So what we need to do here is we need to multiply the numbers as we go down and see what those combinations give us for each branch, and then add all those branches together. So this first branch over here is going to be 2 times 2 times 2, so that's 8. This branch is also going to be 2 times 2 times 2. And this E branch is going to be 2 times 2. And then here we have 2 times 1 times 4, so that's 8. 2 times 1 times 4, that's also 8. Now we're into the E section, so this will be 1 times 1 times 4 times 2. This is 8. Times 2 again, that's 8, and this is 4. And then we also have 4 times 2, that's 8 here. And 4 here. I'll go ahead and box all of these in orange. So that's from this left side. This next box is from the middle. That's from this E branch here. And then over here we have 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. This is also 8, and this is 4. Here we have 2 times 2 times 2, this is 8. This is 4. And then here we have 2 times 4, that's 8, and this down here is also 8. And all of these that I will box in purple, very disjointedly, but adding all of these up gives us all the combinations for when we start on a side. So let's see, that'll be 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And all the combinations for side add up to 116. So now that we've got that covered, let's figure out what happens when we start in the middle at E. So here we have our branch for when we start in the middle at this letter E. We can either go to a corner, that's A, C, G, or I, or we can go to a side, B, D, F, or H. And then from there, the following possibilities are outlined in row 3 and row 4 of this tree. So let's go ahead and multiply down. We have 4 times 2 times 2 here. That's going to be 16. And then we have 4 times 2 times 2 again. That's also 16. 4 times 2 times 1, that's 8. 4 times 1 times 4, that's 16. 4 times 1 times 4, that's 16 as well. 4 times 2 times 2, that's 16. 4 times 2 times 1, that's 8. 4 times 2 times 2 is 16. Likewise, this one's 16. 4 times 2 times 1 is 8. 4 times 1 times 4 is 16, and this is also 16. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of 16. And we have 1, 2, 3 copies of 8. So that will give us 144 possibilities for when we start in the middle at E. And now we're almost done. What we need to do is multiply C by 4 and S by 4 because there are 4 different possibilities for each corner and side, whereas E stays the same because there's only one possibility for E, and that's E itself. Okay, so let's add all those up and we'll finish this off on the next board. So here I've added up 4 copies of C, 4 copies of S, and 1 copy of E to show that we have a final sum of 928 possibilities for when we have 4-letter codes using these 2 rules. And I think that's enough for now.